Before completely turning the page from week one, just what'd you make of the environment and atmosphere inside SoFi from the home crowd last week?
I thought it was great. It's awesome to go in there, and I know our defense was feeding off that juice, that they were bringing, on that side of the ball, and then it was great for us when we were out there and being able to go on our cadence and do all the things that you love to do at home. So it's great to have a big crowd. Obviously, opening day was great, and nice to give them something to cheer for and get a win.
How was your recovery from week one? And can you take us through the no-look pass to Puka?
Recovery feel good. You don't get hit for a long time at quarterback. We wear this thing luckily every day in practice, so Jared Verse knows not to hit me. But so it is like just getting back used to feeling that. But I feel good and ready to go. Full week of practice hopefully, and just go play again. So excited that I feel good there. As far as the seam ball to Puka, I was in the moment. Knew I needed to try and create a little bit of a window for him there. The backside safety was cheating his 60-40 spot away from the carry side and was able to, keep him there. And then when I popped back to it, the strong hook player was kind of hanging there. So just tried to move him a little bit, give Puka some room to the inside and throw one in there. He ran a great route, got open in separation and all that, made a great catch. So.
When you make that kind of a throw, I know you're in the moment in the game, next play, but is there anything inside of you? Do you have any kind of internal reaction when that kind of pass is completed?
No, I'm just excited that we got it down there. I never know if anybody will notice any of the little stuff, but that's part of it. Kyron was excited on that one. He came up to me afterwards. He's like, "How do you do that?" Which was cool. But no, it's fun. Obviously, caught the snap, wasn't thinking it, and just in the moment, feeling it and going and playing.
Talked on Sunday about Puka's toughness. Do you remember the first time, either in practice or his rookie season, where you realized what a tough football player he is?
I don't know if there's one moment, but I know once we put the football pads on, like you go through spring, his rookie year, and it's, we're running around in this stuff, and you can feel it a little bit just bouncing off of guys and that kind of stuff. But then you put the pads on and you go, whoa, this is a physical football player that happens to play receiver. So I think early on you could feel it and notice it, whether that was blocking for guys in the run game or after the catch at the top of a route. However it showed up, it was very evident.
Why was it meaningful for you that the ball that got you across 60,000 went to Puka?
Why was it what?
Meaningful to you?
Oh, I just I've had a lot of good moments with him, and just excited that I'll always remember that I threw it to him, and it was a cool moment. I wasn't really thinking about it. It popped up, on the Jumbotron and on the Oculus, I believe we call it, yeah. Or whatever it is. But I saw that and was just kind of standing by and was like, oh, it was cool. I didn't even know at that moment until they replayed the actual play that was the one that did it. But just good memories with him. Obviously, he had a big-time rookie year that I was a part of for most of it. So just happy to do it with somebody that I'll remember.
But when you talk about the route that he ran on that seam ball, it seemed like some of the routes are just so precise in the way he's trying to manipulate coverage. Like, where do you feel like he is even now compared to where he was at the start of last year?
Yeah, I think just understanding and experience. That goes a long way no matter what position you're playing. And if you're in tune enough and willing to take in those that experience and use it to your advantage, then the better off you are. He also has a guy in his room, in Devontae Adams, who is, just the king of route running in a lot of ways, and you watch him, the way he gets open is special. But I think what's cool about Puka and really Devontae and all the guys that we have is you realize that each one of those guys has an individual skill set to get open. How Puka gets open may not look the same as it does to Devontae, may not look the same as it does to Tutu, but they can all talk to each other and bounce ideas and say, hey, let me try this. This doesn't work for me, or it does. And that's the cool thing about that room and their coaches and everybody in that room, and they do a great job of just talking about the wide receiver position and using skills, whether that's physicality or quickness or suddenness, whatever it is, to try and get open.
Explained it post-game, it sounded like he didn't realize in the moment that he was on the receiving end of the milestone completion.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that interaction besides what you just said?
I think I went up to him and was like, hey, man, glad that one, went to you. And he's like, yeah, sure. I don't think he really knew. And I frankly, like I'm saying, we're so in the middle of the moment. I just happened to be looking up and saw that was the play. But it was just classic Puka stuff. So.
I know getting hit as a receiver and a quarterback is very different. But at what point in your career, if you have, did you realize maybe I don't want to go toward the contact and I need to protect my body a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, you got to stand in there and do your job, at least for my position. You know, for guys on the outside, there's a fine line, right, of getting every yard you can get, but also understanding if there's opportunities to try and protect yourself, to go for it. But it's tough to turn that switch off, to be honest with you. You're out there, you know, our nervous systems are going crazy. We're fight or flight. I mean, it's hit or be hit, you know, and so that's the way everybody that I know that's successful at this game plays. And you got to understand, you know, that's part of it. I understand to the person sitting on their couch at home, probably like, man, why don't you just get down and run out of bounds or do this? And it's like, well, the last 3 hours I've been doing it the other way, and you got to, you know, go to that mental place to kind of get there. So I understand the confliction a little bit on how do you protect yourself, how do you not.
What are your impressions of Tennessee and Jefferson? Tennessee, what are your impressions of Titans and Jefferson?
Yeah, no, they're a really physical defense. He's obviously an unbelievable player inside. Does a hell of a job for him. He's really disruptive, strong, gets off on the count, physical, fast, plays with a nasty streak. I mean, he's a really good player. You know, they've got a lot of good players on their defense. I think they're really sound. They give you multiple looks, especially in the back end, a bunch of different looks, and you got to go out there and trust what your eyes see. Go out there and play ball, get through progressions, and that's what they want you to do, and try to collapse the pocket while they're doing that. So really good defense, physical, fast, you know, just a bunch of different things to look at on the back end, and it'll be a big challenge for us.
You and Devontae ended up being quite a bit more productive in the second half than the first. Was that a situation where you could just feel the connection growing a little bit, or what do you feel like kind of opened that up by the second half?
I think it was just ops, you know. I think we just hit some of the ops that we had. You know, I think it's, as we go into every game, we're trying to call a balanced game. You know, run the ball, throw the ball, spread the ball out, do all those kind of things. And, you know, I think he just had some opportunities that presented themselves in the second half. I was able to give him some catchable passes, and he did a really nice job of hauling them in. So I don't think nothing was said, nothing was talked about. We just continue to play the game and understand that it's not always going to be perfect through 4 quarters. You want it to be, and you're striving for it, but if it's not early on, doesn't mean it can't be later, and we just continue to work. And that's, you know, a testament to him just being a pro and been around it for a long time and understanding that, hey, opportunities are going to come, and when they did, he made his plays, which was awesome.
What did you think about the job Bo Limmer did bouncing back and forth?
Yeah, that's great. I've never played offensive line. I can't imagine switching stances that many times and having to go from left to right and doing all that kind of stuff. So that's why he's on our team. He's a really valuable player for us, can play all 3 interior positions. You know, played 2 of them in the game and did a hell of a job, so we're happy to have him.
Sean was taking us through the pass to Devontae along the sideline, the timing necessary on your part, kind of the savvy on his part.
Yeah.
Can you kind of take us through that and how you would evaluate, maybe expand a little bit on the first game playing with him?
Yeah, that was a good one. It was a good shot, good catch, awesome. You know, we've had a couple of those chances out here, but not a million of them. I know he's really good at that kind of stuff just from playing against him and watching him do it and torment my team back in the day. So, yeah, no, I know he's got that. And, you know, I've played a long time. He's played a long time. You understand that that's an opportunity. Stingley's a really good corner, and the safety was over the top, so I didn't feel like there was opportunity to throw it down the field. But he made a great play. As far as playing first game action with him, it was awesome. It was just fun for me to be back out there with the guys, to be honest with you. I imagine that, you know, our experience together will continue to grow and we'll continue to get better and better. Thanks.